I've mentioned that parents of famous children, whether it be child actors or TikTok stars, YouTubers, whatever, are usually just some of the worst parents on the planet. Just straight up awful. You just hear time and time again about how these parents lead their kids down destructive paths in order to capitalize on their fame. A great example of this is recently from Jeanette McCurdy, who played Sam in iCarly. She released a memoir called I'm Glad My Mom Died, and in it she documents a history of abuse from her mother. As well as Nickelodeon, she talks about some awful shit Nickelodeon did to her, and her mom's response to it was things like, that's just the price of showbiz. You know, you gotta shake it off, this is what it means to be famous, all the girls would love to be in the position you're in, don't be so ungrateful. Just horrible things. The mom was well aware of everything that Nickelodeon was doing to her daughter and didn't care. In fact, even piled it on by calling her names and doing other horrible shit. So she just sounds like Shao Kahn, and I know a lot of people were upset with the title of the book. It's kind of aggressive. I'm Glad My Mom Died. Not exactly a Dr. Seuss book title, but I think most people would be somewhat relieved when the boogeyman in their life passes, so I understand where the name is coming from after reading some of it. I haven't finished it, but it's really interesting and very fucking sad. And the reason I'm bringing this up is because it ties into a topic that I want to talk about today that I just learned about. I'm sure all of you have heard of the name Addison Rae by now.
Ironically, how far have you watched Attack on Titan? xQcOW.
Jesus Christ!
I got it twisted.
Dude, my heart jumped, man. That was why was that so loud?
Yeah, I'm so famous.
Hey, Mr. Cow! Like, fuck,
so
man.
Extends well beyond TikTok, so even if you're not big on the platform like me, you still at least know her name. Well, her dad is a fucking weirdo, and he has torn apart their family for the sake of his own clout chasing.
Can I get
That's someone's father.
What?
That's a
the
46-year-old
fuck is
man
that?
posting some fine, distilled, twice folded over, double caked up cringe on Maine. This is Addison Rae's dad. And he, of course, did what every other TikTok parent does. He made his own account. He has like 5.4 million followers. And he threw away his entire family in order to try and make money off of his daughter's name and become famous himself. But not only that, he used his pseudo-celebrity status of being the parent of a famous person to allegedly flirt with 19 and 20-year-olds. He even was having a 5-month affair here with a girl that's less than half his age. He allegedly cheated on his wife multiple times, and they eventually got a divorce. He also has 2 other sons, which I can't imagine how awful the situation must be for the whole family, but them in particular, since they're still super young and obviously in tune with social media, they're seeing all of the unhinged, wild shit their father's doing, and it has to be soul-crushing. I feel so terrible for the entire family, and it's gotten so bad they've sounded the DEFCON alert system. Almost every TikTok influencer in the space has told at least one story about Monty Lopez being creepy to them. They need like a restraining order or something where Monty Lopez can't be within 5 miles of a TikTok influencer because he sniffs this shit out like a goddamn animal. He's got like a spidey sense for it. He just gets this tingle and shows up to every TikTok party imaginable by himself.
TikTok parties.
He doesn't go with Addison Rae or anything. He goes solo.
Yeah, guys, I feel like of all places that I would like not to go, I feel like a TikTok party is like at the very fucking top of it. Like I'm almost like a
which
top
already
3.
is a giant red flag. There's nothing wrong with TikTok stars' parents being involved in their life or even in their videos. Like, Addison Rae made a ton of videos with her mom and dad and brothers, and that's totally fine, wholesome, whatever. But it gets to a point where it's uncomfortable when the dad is just going to all these parties by himself without the actual star of the family there, because now he's got it in his disillusioned, brainwashed mind that he's the star. So he goes there and allegedly hits on the 19 and 20-year-old influencers there, and everyone's uncomfortable. There's a ton of videos of him at these parties, like one where he's handing out roses to some of the girls there. There's a lot of footage that makes it just seem like Bigfoot sightings. They'll like circle in a red circle, like Monty Lopez in the background, like being weird with a TikToker. It's so weird. It's like found footage, you know, but it's not blurry. It's fucking caught in 4K being creepy. He also starts beef with these young women. Like, he started shitting on Tana Mojo. I'm not going to bring up any of these clips because the clips themselves aren't very entertaining or interesting. It's the story itself that's interesting and sad. So he posted a TikTok saying, do you think Tana Mojo's fucked more than 300 dudes or less than 300 dudes?
I'm just kidding, relax,
to which Tana responds by showing a ton of receipts about him trying to, like, hook up with her or, like, trying to connect with her, as well as telling stories about how unbelievably weird he is to all the other TikTok stars. There's also a video of him FaceTiming a 19-year-old, like, really late at night in the car. It's just very yucky stuff. And this is just another perfect example of how awful a lot of parents are for child stars. Because I think a lot of them, like Monty Lopez, treat their children as props for their own success. So Addison Rae gets super famous. Monty Lopez weasels his way into some of the videos.
Guys, I haven't looked at this shit since the beginning of all time. Okay, chat. You know the people that were like TikTok famous or whatever? Are they still around making videos? You know, like most people that got really famous from TikTok, are they still like doing good, like making good videos and getting like a lot of stuff from this, or is it like kind of falling off?
Social media accounts, which get popular because he's the dad of one of the biggest stars on the platform, and now it's gone to his head. He wiped his ass with his whole family, divorced his wife, and now just tries to fuck young women and try and become a wealthy TikTok star himself. Just another tragic story of a child star whose dad is absolute vile filth. There's nothing that Addison Rae's mother's done that I found that's distasteful or bad or anything like that. I want to make it clear. It's not her whole family. It's just her dad.
It's just a video.
The topic itself that I'm focusing on is just how awful a lot of these parents can be. In this case, the parent is Monty. From everything I've seen, Addison Rae's mom hasn't done anything wrong or anything. She seems very wholesome. And in fact, the reason why...
Guys, I don't want to be too woke, dude, but I feel this is like the prototype of the modern family type of thing shit, okay? Yeah, it's only one. It's out of a lot of them or whatever. But this happens like pretty fucking often, right? And when how many like influencers get made out of like TikTok, whatever? This is like it's getting more and more common. That's how it is.
Wants to fight Young Gravy is because Young Gravy has been very public about wanting to be with Addison Rae's mom, Sherry, and Sherry's even teased back about them going on like dates and shit. So Young Gravy might fuck Addison Rae's mom, and it makes Monty Lopez uncomfortable. I don't know the whole lore behind all that, but Monty Lopez sucks. Just another sad case of a shitty parent using their kids to further their own agenda, no matter what the cost. Also, big shout out to Monty. I'd like to add one more thing to this. This fucking parasite claims videos that show clips of him embarrassing himself. His whole TikTok page is just his worst moments as a human being displayed. Jesus. This guy has no self-awareness. Every single video he posts on there is a video that any sane person would want.
Is it normal you don't know any of the names in that video? Yeah, it's normal. It's just TikToks.